Hey guys, welcome to Julian's Tech Hub, and this is my first YouTube video. And here in this video, I'm going to be giving you roadmaps on how to become a software developer per se, depending on your goals and depending on what specific things you want to achieve. So now let's start with your goals. Before you want to go into something, or you want to move into a specific field. I've already identified two things, which are your passion and where you can add value to. Like for me now, I love tech. I've been coding for a long time. So that's why I'm giving advice based on the coding aspect. So now, if your goals now in moving to tech is you want to get a job, let's say in a software company or like Microsoft, or you want to go into Google, I suggest you learn the key programming languages for web development and for AI, just for AI programming, and for website development, for backend, front end, then that's for JavaScript, for HTML, for CSS, that's for basically for web development. If your goal is to work for a company, you have to be fast in different fields of programming. I'll break it down. You have to, number one, I suggest you learn Python, because Python is beginners friendly, helps in breaking down various topics like variables and input function, breaks down functions, for loops, and different topics in Python much better and easier. So I suggest you go into Python if you want to be fast in programming languages as a whole, in order to be able to stand a chance. Because when going to get to a job in Microsoft or any other company, there are other people too applying for the same position. For you to stand out, you have to be fast in every field and different areas. So I suggest you go into Python first, beginner friendly, and it also helps with AI and bots and stuff. Then you move into JavaScript. Okay, but first, before you move into JavaScript, I suggest you learn HTML and CSS. You learn about buttons, you learn about paragraphs, you learn about margins, you learn about padding, you learn about so many other topics, but I'll talk about it in a different video. Then, after learning about HTML, after learning about CSS, you go into JavaScript, which helps you in web development, but I don't really want to go into it. I'm just going into roadmaps. Then after JavaScript, that is all for web development, and bots. Bot is for Python. Then web development is for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript if you actually want to get a job. Then I suggest C++, so you need to learn, because C++ is basically for I think it's basically for game development. I'm not really versed in C++, but I'm very good in JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Python, Solidity too, so just as the bio this channel says. So I'm just giving you advice based on my own knowledge. And then if your goal is just web development, you want to create websites, maybe you want to be a freelancer in Upwork or Fiverr, I suggest you learn basically and primarily HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as for web development. Then if you want to be building bots for people, then I suggest you go into Python. But if your goal is to move into the Web3 space, that is blockchain, on smart contracts, building of these decentralized apps and so other things, I suggest you learn. There's a roadmap for it actually, but Python is not actually, if you want to move into it, if you want to go into Web3, Python is not a requirement. You must not learn Python per se if you want to move into Web3. But I suggest you start with Python because it's beginners friendly. I started with Python before I moved into HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Solidity, different other languages. So from my own experience, I believe you start from Python. It's basic, beginners friendly, teach about variables, functions, for loops, and so many other stuff. Then then before you can move into. But if you don't actually want to move into Python first, then okay, you can start with HTML, CSS, then JavaScript also. Then after you go into that, learn about Solidity language. That is language for blockchain, for transaction rating, decentralized app powered by Ethereum. That is basically for Web3. That is Solidity. Solidity is the main language for Web3. But the reason why I suggest you learn JavaScript, HTML, CSS first, basically JavaScript first, because JavaScript too, if you have a good knowledge about JavaScript, to learn Solidity language is going to be a breeze for you. So that's why I suggest you learn JavaScript first, but also add HTML and CSS first, because without HTML and CSS, you won't actually understand JavaScript to the fullest. So it has links to each other. So after that, you learn about address.js and web3.js. That is to connect your app to blockchain. So that is basically all. So in this video, I'm able to give you roadmaps depending on your goals on the software or tech space. If you want to get a job in Microsoft or Google or any other software company, then also I've also give you roadmaps if you want to enter Web3. Then I've also give you roadmaps if you want to be a freelancer in Upwork or Fiverr. So that is basically all. Then I want to address this issue of AI taking over jobs, because some people might say that what is the use of getting jobs in Microsoft and the rest, whereas AI is already taking over the tech space for programmers and stuff. But I think there will still be jobs in the software space, just like to be more limited, because those AIs too need to be maintained. So there will still be jobs too in the software space, but it will be limited. So that is why it's very good to be fast. For my own advice, I think it's very good for you to be fast in tech, that you have to learn different languages, C++, CSS, HTML, JavaScript, Python, Solidity. Then I strongly advise you guys to use those knowledge to build value. Don't depend on a job. Let's say you're learning this to get a job and stuff. It's not reliable. You might end up staying and you know that the job is not limited and stuff. You actually use that knowledge, have an idea, execute it with the knowledge you have about tech and stuff. I'm still planning. I'm still in the Web3 space for now. Building building networks with people right now, and that is basically what I'm doing. Then building on some ideas and stuff. Then that's basically all for this video. If you love this video, I strongly appreciate it if you like this video and also click the subscribe button. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.